When I picked up my brand new XPENG G6, I was given one of these. And to be honest, I was a little disappointed there weren't two remotes, one for my wife and of course one for me, which is pretty typical when you purchase a new car. But it didn't take long to realize that as well as the key, I would be able to use an app on the phone. Now the app on the phone can do everything that the key can do and a lot more. Now I want to talk about the key, the app and profile settings in this video. So let's have a quick look at the key that comes with your new XPENG G6. Of course you have a button at the top here to be able to lock the car. At the bottom there's a button to be able to unlock the car. And then we have a boot opening button on the side here. And then we have a charge port opening button on this side here. Now, just a quick thing about the buttons on this remote. When I first got my car home, I started to use the remote key, and within a few minutes I thought, gee, I think my remote is faulty. Let me explain why. To lock and to unlock the vehicle, you would depress the buttons once. However, to lift the boot or open the boot or to open the charge port, you need to double click those buttons or press them twice for them to activate. I remember pressing the boot button once and nothing happened. So I pressed it again and nothing happened. It was at that point that I figured maybe my remote is faulty. A quick call to Michael, who delivered my car for him, and Michael was fantastic. G'day Michael, if you're watching. Quick message over the phone. No mate, you need to press that button twice to open the boot, and the same is required for the charge port. And voila, the remote was working the way that it always had been, but it took a little bit of a quick phone call for me to figure that out. Okay, so let's take a look at the XPENG app now. Now you'll need to have XPENG Australia register or connect the app to your car. Now, we're not going to go into a really detailed explanation about the app itself, but essentially it becomes another remote that is in your phone rather than having to take the key. Of course, the remote in your phone or the app can do everything that the key can do, and it can do a lot more. Down the bottom of the app, there's a couple of features here that are really interesting and good fun. You can actually remotely move the car forward without being inside the car, and you can remotely move it backwards. It will even park for you when you're standing outside of the vehicle. Again, we won't go into that in too much detail in this video. What I want to focus on is the key, the app, and the profiles, and how the three are connected. Now, there's something that I made an assumption about that turned out to be incorrect. Now, of course, the remote is fairly generic to the person who might be operating it. So anyone could pick up the remote, open the car, lock the car, open the boot or the charge port using that remote, and that makes sense. In regards to the app, however, I made the assumption that because the app was on my phone and my wife had an app on her phone, that any of the personalized settings that we were to set within the XPENG G6 would be attached to that profile, and that profile would be attached to the app of that specific driver. So in other words, my phone, I hop in, the car knows it's me. My wife hops in the car with her phone, the car knows it's her. Now that's not actually the case. In the same way that the remote is quite generic, whoever picks it up will be able to use it and use the normal functions that a remote brings with it. With the app is connected specifically to your vehicle. So the connection or the relationship is with the app and the vehicle, not the app and the driver. So this means if my wife was in the car last and she'd been driving around and she gets home and then I decide that it's my turn to hop in the car and go for a drive, regardless of whether I use the key or the app, I will need to select the little profile icon in the top right hand corner of the center screen. I'll need to select my profile in order for the car to understand that I'm now driving, and of course it would then adjust all the settings to my preference. Alright, so that's what I'm learning about remotes and apps. I hope you found that helpful. Thank you for your support. I'm a little surprised, to be honest, at the support that I've received, and I really appreciate it. So thank you for subscribing. I hope that's helpful for you. Thank you for joining me as I go on my journey with a brand new XPENG G6 and learn all there is to learn about this fantastic car. I'll see you in the next video.